I'm Marty Van Kleeck, and I am one of the producers of 130 Productions, along with my co-producer Jean Wright Price and Larry Randolph, who was also one of our producers. I think one of my first memories of the FIT Festival was we did a production called Two for Tennessee, and it was directed by Larry Randolph. He was very excited to be a part of the FIT Festival because he really felt like it would give 130 Productions, which we do senior matinee series, an opportunity to show the rest of the community that we could do something a little more edgy. So I thought it was a great opportunity for me because I was in the show. I had no idea how difficult it was to be in the FIT Festival. I thought, this will be a breeze. 6 shows and I'll be done. Well, you have a time lapse that you forget to think about, where you can lose every line and forget every piece of direction you were ever given. And I got a real sense then of how difficult the process is and how quickly it comes at you. But Larry, on the other hand, fell in love with it. So when it was, we had done a show our first year called Texas Romance, and Ellsworth Shea was the author. Well, one day Ellsworth just showed up out of the blue and saw the show and stayed to talk with us afterwards. And he and Larry hit it off immediately because, of course, Larry had directed the show and Ellsworth said it was the best production of his show he'd ever seen. Well, that meant instant success. Well, Ellsworth was working on a new script that was going to be part of a trilogy. And he sent it to Larry, and Larry immediately fell in love with it and decided he would submit that to the festival. And it was called A Texaco Canopy. And it was a really wonderfully intriguing show, and ended up winning some of the Theater Critics Forum Awards for Best New Play. Well, once the relationship was kindled, and Larry realized that this one play was going to be part of a trilogy, he was on it with Ellsworth, and so he submitted those other 2 plays in following years, and had a grand time working with those. I think, though, that my fondest memory was Larry had been always on the directing side of the FIT Festival shows, and this time he was going to be acting in one. And I think most people in this town hadn't realized quite the talent that Larry Randolph was. And they'd seen him in some commercial things, but they had really never seen the other side of him. And he had so long wanted to do the show, The Madness of Lady Bright. Well, we finally decided, yes, indeed, he submitted, was accepted. And he was so excited. And I made for him this wonderful kimono kind of costume. It had a long train. I knew Larry would be able to work it, and some wonderful long sleeves, and he took over the stage in that kimono, and he was brilliant. And the theater critics also thought so, and he won an award that year for his acting. And then we were invited to move on with that show to the Uptown Pride Festival. And so he got to do the show again, which I think was so important to him, and also made it an opportunity for other people to see the show as well. And I think that's going to always be indelible in my memory, his performance. So I have a special fondness for FIT.